as I sit here and look at my account, and I look at all of the things that I have maxed out, like I have a reasonably large quantity of things that I have maxed. And I'm actually ready to max out this summoner. I just got the other 2 copies to be able to max out this monk. I'm actually 2 copies over maxing out a Harley Quinn. And so I've maxed out a large quantity of things. I have like a level 30 Necromancer that I invested in. I just got a Fortuna, and I don't even have a Zeus. I think that the idea that, because I have 710 Celestial Shards, and I think and I'm getting ready to like reincarnate something, right? And I'm pretty sure I'm going to reincarnate I'm going to reincarnate the Scrapper. I use Scrapper in every deck, and I'm probably going to reincarnate that. But then I thought to myself, like, what if I waited and held on to reincarnation or Celestial Shards, and I, like when they drop reincarnation talents on a Blade Dancer or reincarnation talents on a Treant, I could, reincarnate that, and that could be my new DPS card. But then I thought about it even more, and here's the thing. The people that have the ability to have reincarnation 3 things have already reincarnated 3 a Phoenix. They've already reincarnated 3 a Kobold, right? And that's their deck. And it's the best thing, and it's the best deck with the best cards, and those are the people that you see. And I think it's very telling that there are no like reincarnation 3 Inquisitors that you fight, or reincarnation 3 what is it called? Cultist? There's no reincarnation 3 Cultist. Cultist has, triple talents. You can do triple Cultist talents. You could do triple Bruiser talents. I'm not saying that there's nobody, right? But I'm just saying that if you have the ability to reincarnate 3 something, you're just going to reincarnate 3 the best things. You're going to reincarnate 3 a Kobold. You're going to reincarnate 3 a Phoenix. And then you're going to reincarnate 3 the things that you need. Like, you're going to do Harley Quinn, you're going to do Monk, and you're going to do Witch. And you're not really going to play... those aren't DPS decks that you're going to play. You're just going to play Phoenix, right? And I think it's very telling that there is no middle anymore. The middle doesn't exist. You either are free to play and you're playing Demon Hunter and Boreas and saying that it's the greatest deck in the world, or you're, a top tier player playing a Phoenix deck and a Kobold deck, and everything in the middle you're just playing against Phoenix Kobold. Like, for the most part, that's the deck that you're playing, and you're never going to beat it. You're not going to beat it as a free-to-play player. You're not going to beat it as a mid-tier, I've maxed out this amount of cards player. And so there is no real middle ground. And so the middle ground and the free-to-play ground, it's basically the same people. It's just, if you're either playing the Phoenix Kobold deck with their reincarnation 3s, or there's nothing else. Because if you can reincarnate 3 something, you're just going to wait until you get a Phoenix and reincarnate that. You're not going to reincarnate 3 a Bruiser. Because even if you did reincarnate 3 a Bruiser and you got all the talents, it still wouldn't beat a Phoenix deck. So there's no point. And I think that that's really funny. I think that that's a really telling place that this game is at. And I say this on the backs of like the idea that Endless Floor just came out. And my thoughts on Endless Floor is that, like everybody at the top, it's just the Meteor deck. It's Meteor co-op, and there's no reason to play anything else. Because everything else is going to net you around 10 to 12 minutes, 10 to 13 minutes. And to even be put on the leaderboard, you need to be at 14:53. You basically need to be at 15 minutes. And even those people are basically still playing like, I guess they're doing Spirit Master now, a level 9 Spirit Master. No, that can't be right. Yeah. Those people are still playing the Meteor deck, and they're just doing worse with it than the people that are slightly higher up, who are also playing the Meteor deck. just in different variations. I don't really have a point with this video. It's just more of like a state of the game. I feel like this game, I don't know where my account goes. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, as soon as I upgrade all of these things, right? I'm looking forward to like the next month refreshing so that I can get all my magic orbs, so that I can upgrade the summoner, and I can upgrade this monk, and I can upgrade this Harley Quinn, and then I can start working on other things. But it's like, it almost kind of feels like, what's the point on working on other things? Because you can upgrade your crit, but crit is not going to help you win games. If anything, like I've said, the only thing that's going to push your damage is just having a legendary hero. It's just having a Fortuna or a Necromancer or a Zeus. Because if you have like decks that you like, and you have decks that you're working with that work for you, and for my case, I have a Banshee deck. I really like this Blade Dancer deck. I really like this Treant deck. If you're not going to invest into like a Phoenix, and then you're not going to reincarnate 3 that Phoenix, and if you're just going to run like the things that you have that are easy because you have them, and you're not investing in a completely from like 7 to 15ing something else, the only thing that's going to push your damage is not 2% more in crit. The only thing that's going to push your damage is a legendary hero, which is why I've been harping on, it's probably better to invest in a legendary hero than a season pass. Because upgrading your cards at a certain point, that's not going to help you. Like when I have my Treant deck maxed, I have my Blade Dancer deck maxed. I am going to like work on a Kobold. So that's a thing. But I mean, I have like this deck, right? And it's maxed. And the only thing that's missing would be like a Zeus to push damage, to get more consistent upgrades, right? At a certain point in the game, you hit this much bigger wall than the wall that you hit when you need event units. Like when you're going from Demon Hunter to Genie, you hit this wall where the only thing that would even do anything to your account is a legendary hero. And I think that that's where I'm at right now. And even at that, even if I got like a legendary hero, I would push damage more, but it still wouldn't beat like a Phoenix Kobold deck, a Phoenix Kobold Stasis deck. Or, like whenever they inevitably change PvP, it's not going to beat a Phoenix Kobold Trapper deck. That's probably what it's going to be. Everybody's going to take out Stasis. They're going to probably put in Trapper. But yeah, like I just feel like the state of the game is that it's very the same. There's nothing. It's how co-op feels. You can either play Endless Floor co-op with your DPS deck and do 12 minutes and never get on the leaderboard, or you can build out a max meteor deck and try to get to 15 plus minutes. And there's nothing in between. You're either like 10 minutes is your cap, like 12 minutes is your cap on a DPS deck, any DPS deck that you want to run. So you're either getting 12 minutes or less, or you just run the meteor deck and you get 15 minutes and more. And I feel like that is the state of the game. You're never going to beat the best deck. And so you will get to 7K trophies regardless. I'm at 8K right now. You will get to 8K trophies. But in terms of beating the best deck, you'll never beat the best deck. And that's why it's called the best deck. There's no alternative to that. You can't play a different deck because the best deck is the best deck and it will always win. You can't play like... There's no like alternative. Like you could try Toxic, but I don't think Toxic works against the best deck, which is why you don't see it at the top. And And so you're just fighting each other. If you have an account that looks like mine, I'm basically going to beat everybody that's a free to play, a strictly free to play person. I'm going to be 50-50 with other people also running Blade Dancer, Treant, and, what's it called? Banshee decks. I'm going to be like 50-50 with those people. And then I'm going to be at 0% against a Phoenix Kobold Stasis deck. There's no variance. It's my problem with co-op. I think like Endless Floor co-op is like, it's really showing me what this game truly is. I think what Endless Floor co-op is what this game truly is. And it's just the lower people fighting each other and the top people fighting each other. It's low to mid players fighting each other, and it's top tier players fighting each other. Because top tier players just do Phoenix, Kobold, Stasis, mirror matches. That's the only thing that they care about whenever they jump into a PvP. Nothing else is going to beat them. The only thing that might beat them is themselves. And then everybody else is just fighting each other. Yeah. I don't know how to fix it. Usually I suggest solutions on how to fix things like this. I don't have a solution here. This is just the most complainy that you'll see me. It's just like I don't know what to do, but I feel like every time I want to do a stream, which again is like today I could have done a stream and tomorrow I could do a stream. Every time I want to do a stream, I'm just like, I don't know what to stream. Like nothing is like particularly interesting. Like I could talk about the Flicker. I really like Flicker in a Blooming Dash Blade Dancer deck. I think you start to feel the double switching that that Gunslinger has. You start to really feel that you're not having that. But I do think that if I had a upgraded Flicker, if I had a bigger than 35 Flicker, if I had a level 80 Flicker, or a level 100 Flicker, I think that Flicker would be really, really good in that deck. You're playing a very different deck than how you would play a Gunslinger deck. But I do like that they coded it to where when you do Scrapper hits, it never tries to hit the Flicker. I don't know if I've just gotten really lucky or if you've also tried out Flicker and you've experienced that too, but that's very good coding, because then you don't have to like fear that and then switch. So you have a unit on the field that is actively never getting hit with Scrapper hits, and I like that because every so often you'll have like a level 7 Gunslinger and then you won't switch in time, and then your level 7 will not become a level 8 and then not become a level 8 again and then not become a level 8 again, right? And if you don't actively like switch something and you're not on it, you could lose a lot of Scrapper hits. I believe they coded Flicker to where it never gets hit by a Scrapper. Obviously, because it doesn't make sense. But they could have coded it to where it is always a random tile. And I think they coded it to where it never hits a Flicker, which is cool. I think Elementalist is much cooler than it was. I tried it in a deck. I tried it in this deck, just in co-op, and I thought it was fine. I think it's much cooler than it used to be. It's much more intuitive and it's easier to use. I haven't tried Snowflake. I don't necessarily care. And the Trickster change is just the one change on the what is it? Like the Costly Prank. It hits a mini boss now. Whenever mini bosses come in, it has the ability to hit a mini boss. That was the only thing that needed to be changed. I just don't know what to talk about in this update, and it's a major update where they changed a lot of things. I guess really quickly, Expeditions is actually more important than I thought it was going to be. I sent everything on Expeditions again because there's actually an equipment box that you get every single time. Most of the time, it's nothing. Most of the time, it's like 5 random fragments of either armor, amulet, or weapon. But you need so many fragments that even if you got the least reward, which would be 5 fragments and that's it, you should probably still send it. Not that you're doing anything with common and rare heroes, but the 5 extra fragments is something. You're getting it for free. It would just be sitting here doing nothing. And then you also have the ability to get 15 fragments, and you also have the ability to get essence as well. So I think that you should still always send stuff on Expeditions. So that is something. That is something that you will always forever need. All of your equipment it takes forever. You need so many equipment shards for a singular upgrades. And you should be trying to upgrade so many different kinds of equipment that you will always and forever need equipment shards, and you will always and forever need essence because you have things that you want to switch out like this that are just going to cost 1,000,000 essence. I'm actually just going to do that so that I have everything activated. But you need 1,000,000 essence as well, so that would be another reason to keep continuously doing expeditions anyway. I really like Clan War. I think that Clan War is much more streamlined and it's much easier. Just having quests that you can do as regular things that you would normally do anyway. I think that's much cooler than having to wake up at 2 a.m. to do clan battles. This is a much better system. I don't understand how we've been like living in the Dark Ages without this system. It feels like when, like we lived in the Dark Ages when we didn't have pre-assigned seating at movie theaters, and we had to wait in line for hours upon, hours before a movie premiere opened so that you could get a cool seat. Pre-assigned, that's what this feels like. It feels like pre-assigned seating. It's like, why haven't we always done this? But yeah, like that's my overall thoughts. I guess that's what I'm going to title this video. My overall thoughts on 29.0 and the state of the game as it currently is. Nothing is really going to change that state of the game. I don't know what they can do with this game that would change that state of the game. Adding in, trapper talents that everybody has been begging for. Adding in lightning mage talents. None of that is going to change anything. The best deck is always going to be the best deck. And everybody else is just going to fight each other. And the best deck people are just going to fight against each other in mirror matches. Like, that's it. That's their only challenge. Their only challenge is the same deck. There is no, like, variance at the top. And the variance at the bottom doesn't matter. It's very strange. It's not like I'm getting beaten, with my Treant deck to, I guess somebody with a Bruiser Reincarnation 3 deck that I could potentially get. And, like Bruiser's all of a sudden doing so much better, or Inquisitor's doing so much better because it has Reincarnation 3. And the people that can do it are just Reincarnating 3 the best thing. And everybody else is stuck at 7-10 and hasn't reincarnated anything, Like, I don't know. I just felt like complaining, I guess. I complain every so often. I don't complain a lot, but I complain every so often. I feel like a commenter. Hopefully this gets passed on to the dev team. I'll catch you guys next video.